So the next build has been decided, and we are doing the knockoff set, the copy of the Tantive for Star Wars. That's episode 4, of course, the ship that starts in A New Hope. And if anybody's wondering and moaning about clone sets, again, it comes down to price and money. It's a set I've always wanted to build, not been able to afford, if I'm honest. So this was round about £40–50 if I remember right. It wasn't that dear, and that would include shipping. So you're gonna do that, you're gonna do it. The books, nice and small. We have one sticker sheet, as you can see there. It looks good, clear and plain, as you can see with the steps, although I will probably build it digitally. On the back it just advertises a number of sets that you can buy clone wise, or you could, I should say, because we know everything's changed recently. So we will build it down as we normally do. We're going to separate the bricks next, which should take quite a while, and then we will get on with the build. So let's separate the parts and see what we've got. So we've just sorted out for the Tantive 4 clone set, and it's been stressful is the wrong word, but time consuming is a better word. Separating pieces into parts, and I mean you have a lot of parts. You've got a tray full there, a little tray full there, and then, even though I can't get far enough back, a tray full there, and that is the minifigs bag. So as much as I want to save money to do these sets, this was a little bit, dare I say, daunting, but it's all done now. Let's just see and hope it gets together. And with that, that is the end of this Tantive 4 introduction. If you like what's coming, hopefully you will, then please click that like button, give us that thumbs up. And if you want to follow us on this journey of how this clone set of the Tantive 4 comes together, is it as good as the Lego, or does it fall apart, then please click on that subscribe button. And with that, you know the drill. My name's Kev, I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. So here we are with part 1 of Space Wars Tantive 4. Obviously it's called Space Wars because of the copyright. So we have started the set, and we have started to build the Technic infrastructure of the Tantive 4. We've built 2 more or less mirror images of the other, and then we're about to click them together to give us that middle spine of the ship. Here we go. Very quickly, there you go, it's together, connected with a pin there, and then the 2 pins there. It's been very, very good so far. Right, let's continue building. So the first interesting thing, I don't know if you can actually see on the video, I think you can, there is definitely a slight bend in the plates. Now there's a slight fault with this 4x10 or 4x12, whatever it is, I think it's 4x10. Use the mulking hammer, hammered it down, it went in fine, no problem. But you can see, look at that. Now is that going to make a difference to the build? Again, they say you get what you pay for, quality of brick, but I just thought I'd point it out. On we go. So here we are with the Technic frame, the spine of the Tantive 4. This is the end of part 1, which would have been bag 1, but of course we're not bags here because it's just all one big mosh. Anyway, can't say I've had any real problems, except you can see from here, I think. Look at that bend. If I zoom in here and I just drop the camera down, look at that. It's not good. Now, if this is going to affect the build process, I don't know, but everything else has gone together. In regards to clutch power, the bricks, if anything, are a little bit tighter to push on, so not slack at all, which is a good thing, because like in theory, once they're on, they're going to stay on. So like I say, it was the building up of a Technic frame. We've got the minifigs to come after, which I purposely held back a little bit, and like I say, nothing really to shout about except for that dreadful bend. It's been a nice build, it's been enjoyable. You know, it's a set I've wanted to build, so it is what it is. You pay for what you get. I mean, I keep saying it's a clone set, so you know what the money wise it's going to be. Quality of bricks is not going to be as good as Lego. I'm not moaning about that. Anyway, it's together, it's not fallen apart, and we're ready for part 2, which would be bag 2 next. So if you're enjoying this first part of how I've put it together and how it's going to turn out, which is going to be very, very interesting with that bend, please give us a thumbs up, a like if you're enjoying it, and drop a few comments in the box. And if you want to follow us on to the next stage of this build, which is only going to get more exciting in my opinion, then please click on that subscribe button. And with that, short and sweet, as you know, my name's Kev, I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. So we've started part 2, and as you can see, we've just put the plates on, connected like that, lovely and easy. Went on perfect, no problems. Got to this side, one part went on, and this side here did not want to press down whatsoever. Took it off, tried it the other way, still didn't want to work. So what did I do? I had to get the Mole King hammer. There she is. And I had to hammer this like holy billio, as we call it. I mean, when I say give it some hammer, I mean really give it some hammer. Tap, tap, tap was no good here. It was like real force to get it. And eventually it did click on. Don't get me wrong, it's on, it's solid, it's never ever coming off. But I'm worried about what that bend's going to do for the rest of the build. Onward we go. So we're building up another frame for, and I believe it to be the back of the Tantive 4, I could be wrong. Loads of Technic connections again, all nice at the moment. Okay, still finding these bricks very, very firm to push down and connect, but once they're in, they're in. So let's get on with this and see how it continues to go. So here we are. So we've completed the actual spine base plate, if you like, for the end of the Tantive, and everything's gone together fine. Had to push hard, but nevertheless it's gone in. When we come to putting this L shape in here, which clicks through, and you can see the 3 pins there and the one at the bottom, The first side, this side, was extremely difficult to line up. You pushed in the bottom, the tops wouldn't go in. You pushed in the top, bottoms wouldn't go in. And it took a lot of forcing, cajoling, moving, but it went. When I did the other side, being totally honest and truthful, whether I'd got it into line better, I don't know. Straight in, bang, bang, bang. Anyway, enough of me drabbling on. Let's get it connected to the spine. Just where the out, fitted in like a glove, and then just push them two pins in, click, click. Thought this was funny. I nearly had a heart attack there. Can you see that gap there? It's exactly the same to the side. I thought, oh my God, I've done something wrong. I've done something wrong. But now, the plans actually show it that way. So, panic over. We're almost at the end of this section, so keep on going. So there you are. That is the completion of part 2 with this set. The reason I was mithering there for was that I haven't bothered to get the lazy screws now because it's too long to actually turn and twist. So I'm going to give you the quick once over, and if I need to turn over, I can just turn it over. We started off, I think I showed you, by adding the big plates. That went on wonderfully. Underside connection there, no problems with that whatsoever. Then straight across the build, putting these little red bits in, did things like that. Work some more on the undertow, just little bits. And then we started to work on this as an individual item, which I showed you. And it went together well. I had a little bit of trouble getting that L shape on. I think I said that right at the very end of the video. But once it was on, it was on. It lined up really good. We pushed in the red bolts the other way. Again, no problems whatsoever. Finished off with the tile here, and then the tiles just going across. A bit of decoration, and the other side piece is there. Little 4 and little 4 the other side. So like I say, it's been a good build, no problems. The bend is, you can see that way more than that way now. So the bend now is in the front, which I think you can just about see from the floor. But with that, absolutely no problems whatsoever. So with that, you know what I'm going to say. My name is Kev, and I would like you, if you like what I'm doing, to click on that like button and drop a few comments in the box as well. Don't be frightened. What do we think about cloud sets? I know they're evil things. I don't agree with them myself. But Lego should bring their prices down. Plus, this is a discontinued set. But that's another story, isn't it? Even so, the price would have been, well, I'd have had to save up for it. Let's put it that way. And if you want to go follow us on to part 3 of this particular set and on to bigger and better sets, yes, we've got bigger sets than this, oh my word, then please click on that subscribe button. And as I said, just briefly recapping, yes, my name's Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. So there is part 3 complete. Very, very quick little build, really, really nice. We built up these 2 parts here first, and along and over, and then we went in and we put in the 2 chairs first. Little bit of floor decoration, you can just about see the angled flats. The table went in, first sticker. Nicely placed, quite pleased with that. I am, really am. That's okay, nothing the matter with that. And then we made up this beautiful little side table, and you can see there's 2 stickers on it. I will turn it around in my cumbersome way. There is the other sticker with controls. Here's another look on angle from the table. We then built up this contraption here. Don't know what that's going to be yet. It looks as if it might be a gun turret or something like that for later. And then we built up the sides. Nice bit of greebling on here and here. And I will again turn it round to show you. Excuse me for being so cumbersome. This was the last piece of the build on here. Nice little side pipes, as you can see. Nice lovely bit of greebling, and like I say, it was a very, very nice quick build. That's 3 parts done. No problems, no problem with clutch power. Everything seems to go fine. You do have to push that bit harder. I know I'm repeating myself, but once it's in, it is in. You have nothing else to worry about, which isn't a good thing really. Like I said, the wobble is just on the front, but there's not a lot to it now. I don't think it'll make a difference myself. I'm trying to get the entire thing in shot. And if, like I said, that's it. I'm not going to waffle off as normal. So if you like what you're seeing and what you're hearing, please give us that thumbs up. Please comment in the box what you think of how the build is so far, how it's looking. If you bought the original Lego set, comment about that please. How was the build with the Lego version? And I wonder if, I doubt the bricks would be that tight, but if that, I know Lego is nice and solid and I'm waffling, but yeah. So there's that. And if you want to follow us on to part 4 of this set, which is always nice, then please click on that subscribe button. And you know, anybody who's watched this far, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. My name is Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. So we've been slowly progressing with part 4 of Tantive 4, and it's been alright. And I just thought I'd show you this little side decorative piece, quite easily built with the parts, as you can see. Nothing special to shout about, and it will click on, if I can find the parts. There it is. God, I knew I was doing it. It just clicks on there, and then I'm assuming we'll do one for the other side later. It's been a nice, interesting build so far with parts that we put on, and we'll catch up later for the final review, which shouldn't be too far away. So that is the end of part 4, and I'm just going to give a quick run through before we carry on to part 5 in the next video. We started off with these little sections here where we just built on the sides just so as they could sit okay. I'm going to now gently flip it over. Then, if I can zoom out a little bit, we put these yellow sort of right angled triangles, one on either side, with these side pieces over the top. Then we built up these nice side, you can see the angles that it's creating, which is lovely. And really that was as much as we did at the front. We then switched over and we started off with this section here, built it, put that on, built that on. It looks a long gap for me personally there. If you look at the instructions myself, it's supposed to be a lot closer. I've made sure I've got the right pin, so we'll have to have a look at that. We may have to cut the pin down, but we'll have a look. Once that was on, we then went up to here. We did the gun section, they do move. We did these here, they move back. I don't know if you can quite see that. They move right and forwards. We did a bit to the nose section, which is where the red bolts fire from later. These boxes here, although you can't see with the holes in, they're the spring loaders that fire the energy bolts out after. Once all that was connected, the next thing we did was added these side wings on that look really, really nice. No problems with that. They fitted on, click, click, click. And then to finish off the section, we did these side sections. Like I said, it was a mirror image both sides. They do click up to level if you want them. In fact, how they display on the actual sheet, it is leveled at the moment, so we will leave that till they tell us to push them down. And with that, that's the end of the review. But like I say, it's looking, I think it's looking really, really good. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot smaller than this. I thought it was going to be like, you know, about that size. Well, hey ho. And with that, like I say, if you like what you're listening to, if you like what you're watching, this lovely build up, this part by part of the Tantive 4, the collector series, please give us a thumbs up, give us a like, and drop some comments in the box. It's looking okay now, I think. I don't think the bend is quite as bad. Fingers crossed, we'll see as we build up and build around it. And if you want to follow us on to the next section and any other builds that we've coming up in the future, and yes, we've got some interesting mocks. We've got some interesting other builds, as well as Lego. So please click on that subscribe button. And with that, you all know the drill now. My name's Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Space Wars Tantive 4 Lego Clone Part 5. So we've started Part 5 with another little side plate, as you can see. Nice little simplistic build. Not a lot to shout about. This is going to click on to the Tantive somewhere there. I think it's somewhere there, I think. Anyway, there'll be another one of them after. It'll be mirrored, but I will show that on the final wrap-up review of this section. I just thought I'd show you a quick close-up look. It just goes into the claws. You can see right there. Nicely fitted on, pushes into place, side pushes down. That's the bottom done. I mean, what can I say? Well impressed. Let's do the other one. So continuing on with Part 5, we have built up 2 engines, as you can see. If I just turn it around just so as you can see what you're looking at. Nicely built, nice orange glow at the end. I think you can see where we're going with this. There you go, nice big engines. Just thought I'd show you before I mount them. So section 5 is complete, and it was a lovely little section. Really, I like the length of the sections, they're good. There's the side plates fitted on, like I say, exactly the mirror image the other side. Lovely little build, as I said, went through it to you, no problem. Clicks on with the double clip, lovely. It's a single clip with double size is what I'm saying. And then we went on to make these engines. And look at that fur look. Yes, there's going to be a lot of engines added to this as we move along later on, but here we go. We built up the little plate first of all that they clicked to, put them on, clicked them on sideways. We am on about this Technic frame here. Then there were 4 Technic pins basically, two on one side, two on the other, and then we built up the engines. There was a 1x2 in each one, two actually, on this side, and they click into the Technic pins. The build itself, nice, simplistic, nice core build all the way through. Nice shape, as you can see, very sloped, really looking good. Very solid. The entire ship, I must admit, the actual core at the moment, I don't know what it's going to be like when everything is on, but at the moment it is extremely solid and looking absolutely super. So we're looking forward to the build of the next section, which will be section 6. So if you like what you're seeing, if you like what I'm doing and saying, please can you give us that like, that thumbs up please. Drop some comments in the box if you want to. And if you want to see the continuation of this build onto part 6, where I think we add another couple of engines, I could be wrong, but I think it's a couple more, then please click on that subscribe button. And like I say, we've got some interesting builds coming later that I'm sure. Different builds, well, you know, we've got loads of stuff. The backlog is amazing, as you'll see. From Lego to alternate bricks to mocks. You're really going to enjoy if you like building bricks. And with that, you know the drill. My name's Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Space Wars, Tantive 4, Part 6. So we've just made up the left side. I take it back. The right side of the Tantive, as you look at it from the back, pretty similar to the other one. Some slight differences, obviously, with the grey front panel sides. If you look, we do have a sticker that you can quietly see there. It's a little bit around greebling and stuff with the engine as it is. This fits onto the Tantive, and then we do one for, it fits on that side obviously, then we do a mirror image for this side. Let's get on with it. So that is the end, the completion of part 7. 2 engines, one on the right, one on the left. The left one you can see here. A sort of mirror image. The greebling and the sticker is slightly different. Other than that, everything is the same. It clipped on just the same. If I can just turn the Tantive around now, you can get that feel or that look of the engines. Nice easy Lego build, as I was saying, building up a slight internal core, one big piece here on like a half cylinder if you like, that goes in and then built up and stuck on by an X-axis. When I do build up the others, I will try and show you the X-axis that it sticks on with. And when I'm talking about X-axes, that's a load of rubbish, because that's the X-axis from here in. These are connected with Technic pins, the black Technic pins, 2 of them straight down into the square frame. And that's it. Not going to beat about the bush, not going to hang about. You know, we've got things to do, people to see, and I know that you people are busy too. If you like what you're seeing and what you're doing in this retro build, this old build of a Lego set, the Tantive 4 Collector Series. Yes, this is a clone set, but so far we've had very little problems. A slight bend at the start, but that seems to have cleared itself, hopefully. Please click on that like button if you like what I'm doing. Give us a like. And if you want to drop a few comments in the box, please drop a few comments in the box. And if you want to see the next section, which I believe is section 7, which is, or will be, just over the halfway stage when we finish. There's 13 parts to this build. And you want to see the end of that and what comes after this build, then please click on that subscribe button. Yes, I'm losing my mind again. But with that, all I can say is, anybody who's watched this far, thank you for watching again. I do appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm enjoying the build immensely. It's a set I've always wanted to build, never had the money to buy it. And I would have bought it from new, but I was slow on the Lego scene. You could say it was COVID times when I got back into Lego. So that's another tale for another day. But here I am now, enjoying every minute, enjoying my YouTube channel and my record building, and I hope you're enjoying it too. My name's Kev, I am Square Ghost, and yes, I'll see you all on the flip side. Space Wars, Tantive 4, Part 7. So for part 6 we've already added some decoration which I'll show in a few minutes time. We've just built this other gun mount, or I assume it to be a gun mount, and it was a nice little build, circular again, you know, guns move up and down, you know, it's what you expect I think. It's going to be attached, I'm assuming, to here. We'll find out in a minute, and then we'll be back with more. I think I actually said part 6 in the last little video clip. Idiot. It was part 7. This is part 7, and like I say, we're just over the halfway now, and we've just added the little turret on that I showed you, and the good thing is it swivels, it turns. I hope you can see with my big hand in the way, which is nice. Now what did we do? We put on some stickered patterns, some pieces here. We put the pieces on at the top. At first I thought it wasn't going to fit and I had a panic. Then we put these pieces here, which was all good. Mirror image the other side without me turning it round. And then of course finally we built up this lovely gun turret. The other thing we did at the start of the build actually was this little section here with the things clicked on. It's just like a little tunnel, as you can see, away through. Just a little build, nothing over the top, nothing too mega. And like I say, it was what I said, it was sides and then the gun turret. Not a lot for me to say, basic building steps. You know your normal Lego if you're a Lego builder, and I assume that you am if you're watching this. And it is what it is. They're lovely little steps. The size is absolutely brilliant, and I will say now that I am looking forward to section 8, or should I say part 8. If you do like what I'm seeing, what I'm doing, and you're enjoying these videos, please hit that thumbs up button, give us a like, drop some comments in the box about the set, whatever, about me. Always goes nice. I'll always answer. It might take me a little day depending on what I'm doing to get back to you, but I'll always give you a reply, and that means always. And if you want to follow us to part 8 and see what part 8 brings, and then on obviously slowly but surely towards the completion of this set, then please click on that subscribe button. Yeah, anybody who's watched this far, thank you very, very much. It's been a pleasure to build. I've had no real problems as such, apart from that bend at the start, which I keep mentioning, which doesn't seem to be creating a problem at all. Fingers crossed. So with that, you know what I'm going to say. I'll see you soon on the next video. My name's Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Space Wars, Tantive 4, Part 8. So this was another nice little build. As you can see, it's for the back. I will point it out in a minute. Just plate it round. I believe it attaches there. It's one of those where the 4 studs is at the front, studs in, and I believe it's going there, but we'll have a look in a minute and we'll see how we go. So we've started on part 8, and the first thing we did is just add this red little strip here and the white strip at the back. Same goes the other side. But what I really wanted to show you was we're doing side panels for the engines. We've made these up quickly. We've got the stickers, one like that and one like that. Little simple builds, and they go in here, I believe, one side, one the other. So with that, I just wanted to show you. I thought I would mention this. The two red L's that were pushed forward before, if you look earlier in the videos, you build up these two side blocks here. Little Technic pin, little brown one. Put the yellow flat with the axle holes through either side so the pins can come through, they slide through, and then you put the red L's up into that vertical position, sliding through, straight through the other yellow axis, so they go straight through. I just thought I'd show you that before I cover it. Again, I'm just showing you before I actually put it onto the Tantive what a lovely little build this part of the fuselage was. We started up building this plate first, basically flat, build over the top, putting those little, what do you call them, like a 2x1 with a, where the hooks can grab onto. Don't know what you actually call the parts, but you can see them there. And then we just used the slab slopes over, tail on the end. Next came the side pieces, again very similar, flat base. You can just about see underneath the grey whatever built on. They just pushed on and clipped onto this actually, so as it gave that way. Once they were on, it was just a matter of building up, putting the two hooks to the fins, if you like, and then they clip to the things. These are movable, but I think they're supposed to be down. And I'll just turn it around again so as I can show you. And this just goes to there. So we'll do that and then we'll carry on. So here we are with the completion of part 8. We started off, as I told you, with this white here, and then the red here, and then the white underneath just for decoration. We then, as I showed you, built up this lovely frame that just slipped in place, clipped on with this stud here, and then the two slabs to finish it off. Nice and easy, little bit of jiggery pokery, but it went on. We then built up this round section here, round all the way, solid centre. Remember I showed you the yellow pieces, how they went across and the pins went through. That was quite nice and done. And then finally, to finish off, we did this lovely fuselage section that I didn't really understand. I thought it was going to press down and connect from the bottom, which it does not, and it picks up on the studs either side, pushes down and connects, and that is that. And if you look at that, I mean, I'm just showing you now from the, is it looking sleek or what? Yes, it is. If I just turn it, then you can see absolutely exactly the same. The only difference being there's a yellow one here and a white one the other side. Other than that, everything in place, totally finished, perfection, done, dusted, sealed. Really happy with that. And that's it for this section, this part 8. If you like what you're doing, if you like what you're seeing, like what you're hearing in the build, please give us a like and drop a comment in the box to say this is a clone set. No problems whatsoever so far. That little bend at the start has most definitely gone. And if you want to follow us on to the next part in this build, which is part 9 of 13 parts, and whatever comes beyond, please click on that subscribe button. And with that, you know what I'm going to say. My name's Kev, I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Space Wars, Tantive 4, Part 9. So, Part 9, we are building up one of these side pods to fit on here, I believe, and it's been quite a solid build, as you can see. The slopes over the sides making it nice, but it's hard is the wrong word, but you've got to really keep pressing with your fingers and your thumbs, and gotta be honest, my hand hurts. And I think I've got another one to do in a minute. Anyway, let's get it on and away we go. So here we are with the end of part 9. Yes, part 9 is finished, and we'll do a quick run through of what we've done. We did the 3 engines. I think I showed you how we made them up, and they just pushed on, click click click, away you go, and there is the engines of the Tantive. I don't know if there's any more to come. There might be another 4. I think there might be. We'll have to wait and see. After the engines went on, and then it was about building these bad boys here, which are the side pods. And nice little solid builds. I showed you before they actually went on. The second one, the other side, total and utter mirror image, as you can see. Sorry for the shadow. Bit of a wiggle to actually get it on to the 2 pins. There's the two pins at the side that they push onto, but after a bit of perseverance and a bit of this and a bit of that, they went on. I actually used a pair of pliers for this side, if I'm honest, just to pinch the Technic clip. It was a red one, and then it went on. The other side I didn't need to pinch, it went straight on. So all in all, super duper nice. Everything's fitted, nothing's falling apart, no missing parts. What more can I say? I am one happy bunny. And with that, if you do like what you're seeing, if you like what you're hearing, and I know I'm babbling through a lot of this half the time, but I'm really enjoying myself. I'm just glad to be building this Tantive 4. Yes, it's a clown set, as you've heard me say. Purely buying the clown set for money reasons, no other reason at all. You know, if I was rich in that, I would be buying the Lego version. Anyway, like I say, if you like what you're seeing and hearing, please click on that like button. Yes, give me that thumbs up, and don't be afraid to drop a few comments in the box. You know, I'm interested to see what people are saying about clown sets. I mean, I know that we've had problems with certain companies where, you know, you can't get the bricks now to make clown sets, but I'm still seeing things that are on sale in different places, so you can always shop about if you need to, if money is the way to do it. I mean, you can buy, what, 5, 6, even 7 clown sets for one mid-sized to biggish Lego set. That's the difference. Yes, you haven't got the Lego quality all the time, I grant you with that, but as a whole so far, I can't fault this set. There was a little bend, I know I will keep saying it, but I've had no problems with it since. It's okay now. And if you want to follow us on to the next section, which will be section 10, 3 to go after that, then please click on that subscribe button. And I'm going to leave you there and just say, my name is Kev, I am Square Ghost, and I will see you all on the flip side. Space Wars, Tantive 4, Part 10. So we're coming to the end of Part 10, and we are going to plough on with Part 11. We're not going to mess about because it's more or less more engines, so we might as well put them all together and finish the engines off. That's the one that we've just finished now. You can see the bit of greebling. sides are done. Looks really good. I'm quite surprised. It's middle actually. I thought there were sides and it's actually going here. What I was going to say is we've already got one mounted, as you can see. The second one will go next to it and just fit on the studs, which I'll show you in a minute. And then we're just going to play one with part 11. So our engines are really looking nice now. We've got two engines to fit here, one there and one there. But I'm going to do this all as an engine. I'm going to do parts 10 and 11 as one unit, because it's just building up engines and fitting engines to the end of the Tantive. So let's crack on. Space Wars Tantive 4 part 11. So this is right at the end of part 11, and I just wanted to show you, you can see the two Technic pins. I hope you can see just about in the light. They're going to fit in there and there respectively. Then we've got, like as I said, the other installed one. This was the other part, two in the middle, all done away. And then we've just got a lovely side mech up to mech there, and the top, and then the front part. So let's get it on. So that's it, that's the end of part 11. And if I just get out my shadow, it just slitted on as it should. There you have the engines of the Tantive, looking fantastic. So we basically started off with the two middle engines for part 10, as you know. Built them up solidly, easy, just like exactly the same as these engines here. No different. The two side engines exactly the same as these two side engines. The middle engines the same as those two engines. They press in that way on an axis pin. These press in with Technic pins. That one and that one as well. Again, like I've said, no problems with this build whatsoever. No missing pieces. Colours look very, very good to me. No problems with that. As far as it being a clone set so far, apart from that little bend right at the start, you've read me Twitter on about this now for a long time. Can't feel it, can't see it. Absolutely amazing. A bargain for the money so far. We've got two parts left, parts 12 and 13 to come. And like I say, it's been a beauty. It's really been enjoyable. I mean, it's a Lego model that I've really wanted to build, and I've had no disappointments from it. I've really enjoyed it. So with that, thank you anybody who's watched so far all the way through and got to this part. I appreciate that. If you like what I'm doing and like what you are seeing, I'll just show you the sticker there and the little bit of greebling. I know it's a bit dark, so I do apologise for that. Then please give us a thumbs up, give us a like, you know, everything helps. And if you want to drop a comment in the box about the set, if you want to comment about clone sets, by all means, please, let's have a conversation. And I'll say it before, and I will say it again, I don't condone clone sets, because people have worked hard, they've worked hard on designs, the bricks. I do say that the price of some Lego sets is absolutely ridiculous, and if you're a big collector, if you like a lot of different themes, you're in a lot of trouble, which I do. So I'll still say it, Lego could do these sets a lot cheaper. And with that, if you want to follow us onto parts 12 and 13 of this set, the last two parts, then please click on that subscribe button, as well as what other wonderful sets we've got coming up in the future. Again, all I can say is a big thank you from me for anybody who's watched. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am building it and filming it and reviewing it and allowing it to YouTube. And with that, you know the words by now. You're fed up on my words by now, I'm pretty sure. My name's Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Space Wars, Tantive 4, Part 12. So we've started Part 12 and we've built up this lovely little Technic frame. But really not to it, just follow the instructions nice and close, everything fits together lovely, no problems. Once that Technic frame is done, we've built up this little part here, and of course it's going to fit onto this little post in a minute, and then it will fit into the ship. I just wanted to show you before we got it on. And there it is connected. I just thought I'd show you. Pushed on, like I said, on that pin, and it's sort of semi-flexible, if you like, to wherever it's going to go in the ship. We'll have a look in a minute. So Part 12, we've built up this lovely little piece here. Nice little bit of greebling work. Look at all those cheese slopes there. You know, there's a lot. There's 8 and 5 is 30, is 26. Counting that one blue one as well. All the slopes, middle inside, looking good. Here's the underneath look. That thing will, something will definitely click on there, and then if you can see here, these, it's a better way of looking at it, there's where the sides will click on, and I believe it's going somewhere over there. So let's get on with it. So we've just made this first side piece up. There's definitely going to be another one, and you can see these little things, they go into the little claw holders here. They're not claws, but you know what I mean. They basically hold things together, which is brilliant. That's the one side done. I think we do something pretty similar for the other side, and then it gets connected to the Tantive. On we go. So there is Part 12 finished, and we did just turning it around, so as you say, this is the other side, pretty much the same as that side, same sort of greebling, same sort of pieces. If you look, there's nothing different, nothing special. Click it on perfectly, clicked on exactly the same way with those clippers clicking in, and like I say, it looks pretty good. So all we've really got to do now is mount this, and that is Part 12 finished. I will flip it over just so as you can see the underside, because I like to show you. Those sides can bend down, which we'll see in a minute. So I'm going to mount it, and then I'll be back just for the final little review of the section. A little bit of jiggery pokery, a little bit of pressing, especially down here as it sits on one strut this end, two struts that end. Once the one strut, I got the one strut in, which was the hardest one, believe it or believe it not. The other two just plop and away you go. They just fold down into position, and there's the top of the Tantive. And like I say, it was a really, again, it's been a lovely build, not stressful at all. We built up this middle piece first, as I showed you, nice and solid, put the slopes on, put the greebling on, put the connecting grabber thing there on, the two, I don't actually know what you call the pieces. I'm going to have to find out what them pieces are called. Sorry for the shadow, but I'm just trying to do with this without actually turning it round before I start the next part. But you can see it's looking absolutely fabulous. I have turned it round just so as you can get some sort of look just before the final front part comes on, and you can see the definition now, the parts. That's the part that we've just built here that fits over the top and over the sides, and it's looking absolutely fantastic, and I really can't wait now to finish it off, the final part, Part 13. And like I say, I know this is a clone set, I'm keep going on about it, but it's been brilliant. Piece quality has been good, little bend, but not anymore, absolutely perfect and good. and as I say, it's looking fantastic. And with that, I'm going to go, and I'm just going to say, if you like what you're seeing, like what you're hearing, please click on that like button, drop a few comments in the box. That's always nice. What do you think of the set? What do you think about clone sets? I know I keep on about it every time. Is it an okay alternative with Lego sets being so dear, or do we just not buy altogether, which I think is a shame if you really want to build the sets. And if you want to follow us to the continuation of this Tantive 4, part 13 is coming up next. Tomorrow will be the final part, and the day after that will be the full review, and then whatever the next set may be. But yeah, please hit that subscribe button if you want to follow us. That's what we want. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the build. I'm enjoying the YouTube, enjoying the editing. I hope you're enjoying, the people who are watching and enjoying that. And if you want me to do anything different, if you've got any tips for me, please don't be frightened to tell me. Share away. I want to get better, and I'm enjoying this. Every day gets better and better, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. So you know where I'm going to go now. My name's Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Space Wars Tantive 4 Part 13. So we're doing part 13. We've just built up this lovely front piece. We have stickers, as you can see, that are on. It's a nice sort of archway. We've got some slopes, and you can see there the actual build technique, and we're going to stick it on over here. Let's get it on. Built up this other little front part, nothing special, clips on there onto hooks. If you can see them in there just about, you can. Coming along nice. Well, there you have it. It's on, it's done, it's finished, it's stickered. Can't say I'm too keen on the join. That joins a little bit better that side, but not a lot. It just clicks on by the studs on the side here, one and then a couple at the bottom. That's just how it is. Same with the reverse side, but that is it. And if you look down it, that is what you get. That is the Tantive 4 finished. I have got to build up the minifigs now. I've purposely left them till the end because of the bags, the pieces. So I'm going to get on with the minifigs, and then I will do a better full review. You know, we did that piece there, which was straight down, and then obviously, as I say again, onto this piece here. That's not a bad shot actually, is it? Not a bad shot at all. So I'm quite pleased with that. Can't see a lot underneath because of the table, but like I say, we'll get up close and personal in the review. No real problems. Everything's gone together as it should, although that, like I say, I think that bit's a little bit flimsy, but other than that, once it's down, it's in position, everything should stay in one piece. So if you've liked what you've seen and what you've heard in this lovely build of the Tantive 4, this is the Lego Collector Series, even though this is a clone, as I say, then please give us a thumbs up, give us a like, put some comments in the box for me. What do you think of the set? What do you think of the bricks? What do you think of the stickers? Are the stickers close to the stickers that's on the Lego set? So I think they, according to the plans, and I'm looking at the digital plans, they don't look much different. So that's okay as far as that's concerned. And like I say, we've got a full review of this set coming up. So please, if you want to see the full review of this set, which I hope will be a good review because it's been a cracking set, please click on that subscribe button. And like I say, I don't know what the next build is yet, but we've got some interesting stuff for the new year. We've got mocks, we've got Lego, we've got alternate building brick sets, loads of Star Wars, loads of Potter, loads of buildings, pirate stuff. If you like pirate stuff, there's a few of them to do. Some Knights Castle to do. Lord of the Rings, a lot of Lord of the Rings to do, big and small. So you've got a real good year coming up. Anyway, anybody who's gone this far, thank you for watching, really appreciate that. And you know what I'm going to say to finish off with this little build here. My name's Kev, I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. So, hello everybody. Yes, it's me, Kev here, Square Ghost, starting the review. And the Tantive 4 is done. The clone of the Lego set is done. And basically what I wanted to do to start off this review is just show you the actual size of this thing. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. And you can just see, I mean, I'm doing this purposely away, even though I've just had a piece fall off. But in all seriousness, it's been an absolute monster. So I am going to bring it up close now. There is the front of the Tantive. And as I slowly bring this round, you can see the detail as it comes round. I know it's a bit dark in here, you can't really see the engines as such, but it's that big. I've had to move it out of the man cave and put it into the living room just to show the actual size and depth. Now we're going to be going into a full build review, so let's get on with the good, the bad and the ugly. So this morning we have a couple of viewing guests. I thought I would just show you. We have Denzel, if Denzel will say hello. Hello Denzel. And then we have Minky. They both like to watch me making Lego sometimes, so I just thought I would let them say hello, make their debut on the camera. So, the review of the Tantive. As I say, I've done this in the living room on purpose because of the size. It's too cramped in the man cave to actually get the shots in that I want. So here we are. So this, as you all know, was a Lego cloned set. It was bought, or I bought this along with a number of other sets actually. This was before the actual crash of the clone market, purely down to the fact of cash. You'll hear me say this time and time again. I'm not a millionaire, but I do like to build Lego, and there were a lot of sets, not just Star Wars but other sets as well, where, you know, I wanted them and I just couldn't afford the Lego prices. And when you start to see the clone sets and you think, well, I mean, a few months ago now, by the time you actually watch this video, I'd just done the Pyramid of Gaza set and I had a lot of fun with that and it was enjoyable. And although it was a clone set again, I had no real problems with it. A little few tinkles there, here and there, but that was it. So when I came to this one, I was I was looking forward to it, but a little bit skeptical. And we started off with, and you can just about see, and this is where I wanted the room. We built the actual bottom plate of there where I'm pointing now, straight along. That's the first thing that we actually made up, and you'll see it on the first video. And there was a bender. I mean, you could push one side and it went up the one side, push the other and away it went up on the other. And I was genuinely worried. If you listen to me in the video, I was worried. And of course, with it being a clown set, you've got no guarantees, no nothing. And we carried on building. And of course, you know what I'm going to say, we slowly built up. So as we got a nice Technic frame in the middle, and then we built onto that Technic frame. Now the first thing we actually did build was the bottom part of the engines. You started off with the bottom 4 engines. Again, no real problems with the build, no real problems with the clutch. And then like sort of you go up in stages and away you go. And from the 4 engines you then go to the middle 3. Now the bottom 4 click on with 2 Technic pins into a square Technic frame. The 3 in the middle, they click on by a Technic black pin, and then the 4 on the top, which is the last 4 that you make, as in 2 stages. Why they split that up into 2 stages, I'll never know in the instructions 10 and 11. They again fit on Technic by Technic pins, black Technic pins, into a square Technic frame again. Looking at the engines, if you look side on, I did show you this in more detail. There's nice sticker decoration. There's a little bit of graffiti, as we call it, a bit of greebling. These panels here were not stickers but stuck on already or printed. Can't really tell. They're supposed to be flat, as in the grills are supposed to be running that way, if you like. And if you can see, mine are slanted. Now, no matter how you turn them, you can't get them on. So obviously whoever printed or applied the stickers just put them in and did the business. The actual engine builds itself was quite nice. Some people might say repetitious because they're pretty the same really. The end two of the top and the bottom are the same, and the middle engines are the same again. Once we'd actually built the engines and got the engines attached, we got the side pods, side bit here again. I'm not even going to attempt to pull it off in case, but you can see once the side pods were in, and I move around to try and give you a better look, we then built up this, like I believe it's supposed to be a radar dish. And then of course the side panel just slides down. There was another part here that slid down as well behind that you can't really see unless I do that, sorry for the shadow. And I had problems really pushing that in. I did, with a bit of wingle wangle as I call it, we did manage to get it in. But other than that, everything was fine, everything fitted in perfectly. Once the parts was in and once that was in, again, it was just a matter. Earlier on we'd done the side points here, stickered on and done. It was the same for down there before the pods across the side. And as I say, once that was done, it was about this part here. Now, we've, again, if you've watched a little video, you'll understand what I'm saying. You build up this middle section first, sort of boxy frame, hookies on, as you can basically see, and they just hook on. The sides are built up afterwards, and they just hook on. Then I had the matter of actually getting it connected at the top. And although it went on okay, if I'm honest, it was again a bit of a jingle jangle trying to push it. It was a 1 stuck this end and a 1x2 this end. If I put the 1x2 on first, I couldn't connect the 1, so I did it the opposite way around, as you would, and then the one went in, and then with a bit of jiggery pokery, the 2x1 went in, and that was that. Once that was on, I was absolutely breathing sighs of relief, as you can imagine. And then you go into the front here, and the actual front of it itself. And you've got to be honest, or I've got to be honest, I think it looks great. I was not keen with how this fitted on. It fits on with one stud, two studs at the bottom, same here, two studs at the bottom, one stud at the top, and the two parts just come together, which is fair enough. You can see when I held it to show you the size at the start, yeah, it holds together, so it's nice and solid, but I don't know, I was a bit sceptical of the gaps, if I'm honest. But like I say, it was really, really good. I mean, dimensions now, for people who want to know about dimensions, you're looking at 18 inches in length by 8 inches width, and with a depth, and I'm talking about the engines here, of about 5 inches. Now, those are not absolutely measured to perfection, but I'm going to tell you now, if anybody really wants to look into it, I'm not that far out. I know I'm not. It's been an absolute enjoyable build. If you were going to get the clown set and said, Kev, about the build, pros and cons, I'd say the little bit at the bend at the start was the only thing that worried me. Everything else has gone absolutely clockwork. I've built from the Lego plans, not their book, and everything has gone together as it should. So parts wise, no problem. I did have 2 parts missing. The first part was, and you can't see it, it's somewhere down here, where I wanted a 2x3. It was supposed to be grey, and it was completely missing. So I had to end up by, I just had to put my own in. And to be honest, I didn't have a grey one, but I did have a sandy coloured one. Well, you can't see it, so in dusted, finished. And that was the only missing piece, really. Like I say, I'm going to display this now, find somewhere to display it, and I've really, really enjoyed it. It's been worth every penny. Now, before we go any further, we've got the fact of the minifigs to come. Now, just to state, before I start looking at the minifigs with you, the reason I didn't build the minifigs as and when I was supposed to was we had a bag, it was mixed with parts, and as you know, I had to sort the parts. That was another real downer of this set, really, with it being a clown set. It didn't come bagged up in the numbered parts, so you had to sort all parts out, or well, I preferred to sort all parts out to build it, and that's why I delayed building on the minifigures. So once the Tantive was built yesterday, I then went about doing the minifigs. So I'll now get on with the minifigs. So here we are back in the man cave for a moment, and here are the minifigs. There are 6 minifigs which I'm going to take you through now. You will find something very, very strange in a minute, but we'll start at the start. We have the captain of the ship. Don't know if it is Captain Antilles or not. If it's not, don't shout at me. Princess Leia with dress, looks okay. Hairpiece is bearable. Run colour, really, it needs to be a lot darker, but I'll take it for a clown set. It's better than nothing. We then have, I believe it to be Bail Organa, which is Leia's dad. And I will do a close-up of each because I think it warrants it. Nice torso piece in there, colouring and everything, with the top and the waistcoat. Organa's chest piece there, if you pardon, the torso piece is again printed. Bale's looks really, really good. I'm sure that's Bail Organa. We then have another trooper, again with the colours up. R2D2 as really, really normal Lego standard, really, for what it is. And then we have coming up a real sad story to tell, and this is the second missing piece, and I'm wondering if you can see what the second missing piece is. Yes, you've got it. There is no head to C3PO. It is so sad that it's missing. I've checked all the bags to make sure I've not done a Kev special. I've checked the floors in case everything's fell off, but I know I emptied these bags nice and steady and slowly. The head of C3PO is missing. Yes, it's a clown set. People are going to say you get what you pay for, but it does unfortunately put a downer on the set. Going back to quickly to the body print, I mean, it looks okay, doesn't it? It's okay. It's again, it's a clown piece, but it looks, like I say, it's passable. I will gently spin around so as you can see the back print, and we'll go in reverse order. So C3PO has got his wire showing there. Nothing on R2D2, just a little bit of a back brown marker there for the actual trooper. Going back to Bail Organa, another thing that did disappoint me, his cloak is supposed to be an olive green, and it was just brown. Now I suppose any cloak's better than no cloak, people will say. If you don't watch the film or you're not a fan of Star Wars, it's not going to bother you. But if you are a fan of the film, like I am, if you are, especially the original trilogy, parts 4, 5 and 6, it's little things like this that the clown sets don't have on Lego, and I've noted it before on different things, and it's the same. It does. It's down to money, like we say. It's down to cheapness, and I'm not moaning about it, even though I'm disappointed with it, because obviously you get what you pay for. That's what people are going to say. The little leg piece goes with Leia Organa, Princess Leia, and you can have her in a standing piece of the legs if you want. I just prefer to have the dress because at the start of the film she's in a dress. You have the back print there of the dress. I like the little roundels of the hair piece. I just wish the colour of the hair was darker. And then finally but surely we have the, I don't know if it is Captain Antilles actually, I might be wrong. Don't kill me if I am. It's been a while since I've seen the films, but must watch them again actually. But like I say, all in all, the minifigs were okay. I won't say top notch, you know, 100% all singing, all dancing, but it was better than none. And they sort of complement the set. It's all about the set really, not the minifigs. And especially when you're buying a clown set, you know the minifigs are going to be substandard to what Lego minifigs are going to be. So minus C3PO's head, again, I'm going to give it a pass. It's fine, and I'm going to start to sum up now by saying something quite simple. For the price that I paid for this set, and I believe you can get it on Barware or Yodel, not Yodel, but Yokomomo or whatever it is. You know, it's Yoka. It's the brother sister channel of Barware. It was on one of them two that I bought this set well before, like I say, we had the troubles with the clown bricks and the, you know, not making them. And for price wise, it was a no-brainer. It really was. And you can't, I think I paid around about £40–50 for this. I don't think it was no more than £50. And maybe a tenner postage. So I'm going to say £60 I paid for this set. If you try and buy this now, you're looking well in the 200s and above. So you tell me, do you save and get the proper set, or do you get 4 or 5 sets that are almost the same as the Lego for the same price? That's what you're looking at. And with that, that is really the end of this review. I'm sorry it's taken a little bit of time. It is a bit longer than normal, but I wanted to try and get everything in. I wanted to try and get all my thoughts in. And I hope it's been good enough and enjoyable enough and informative enough for you to make a decision whether you would buy a clone set or not. If you like what you've heard and what you've seen, please give us that like button, hit that like button, give us that thumbs up, which is most important to me and my channel. Drop some comments in that box. By all means, comment on the set, comment on comment on me. Like I say, I don't mind constructive criticism, and I will keep saying it every video. I want to get better. I'm enjoying the whole process, from the buying to the building to the filming to the editing, and then finally uploading to YouTube for you and me. It's a personal record for me, and hopefully you're getting the enjoyment and at least a little bit of information from my videos to you. And with that, like I say, if you want to follow us on the continuing Square Ghost journey this year, don't know what the next build is yet. We've got some editing to do first, and then we'll have a look and we'll see. But you'll know soon enough. Please click that subscribe button if you want to follow us. Like I say, I know I'm making a meal of this probably and dragging it out way too long, but I've enjoyed this set, and it was one that I wanted to build for a long time. And you know, maybe I should have bought the original Lego looking at it now, but it's a lot of money when I can get the same for next to nothing. And with that, thank you very much for anybody who's watched this far. I am extremely grateful to all of you, anybody who is watched, anybody who's subscribed, and anybody who wants to continue following me on this great journey that I'm taking and enjoying. With that, you know the drill. My name's Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side.